Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're going to show you how to install our plug-and-play turn signal kit on the 2024 Polaris Ranger 1000. Some of the tools needed for the job is a drill with Phillips bit, upholstery panel pliers, a panel pot tool, Phillips, flat tip, flashlight, wire cutters, socket set and Allen key set, and zip ties. Go ahead and unbox the kit and lay everything out. First thing you're going to want to do is remove the hood and set it to the side. Grab the front harness and begin the installation process. Now, if you're anything like me and like the wiring to look clean underneath your hood, you will have to go in and behind some of the factory wiring to create that smooth and clean wiring path. Once you're done, you'll push the gray connector through the factory firewall. Remove the two plastic fasteners holding the gauge cluster assembly to the dashboard. Reach through the dashboard to grab the gray connector. Now, if you have the North Star model, you may have the AC vents that might be slightly in the way. Go ahead and finish routing the front harness to the grill. Green label is for right turn and yellow label is for left turn. Install the horn with the supplied bracket and mounting hardware. Connect the orange and purple wires to the horn. The wire color order doesn't matter. Connect the turn signal lights to the front harness. The barrel plug is keyed so that you cannot screw it on backwards. You can use the supplied gasket that came with the lights as a template on where to place the self-tapping screws. In this video, we lined up the gasket and the lights together and drilled it all in one shot. Make sure you do not over tighten the screws as it can strip out the plastic. Repeat the same steps for the other side. Go ahead and pull back any slack on the front harness and tuck it in under the dash. The front end is now complete. Let's go ahead and go to the inside and work on the lever bracket assembly. After the bracket is tightened down, you are now ready to install the lever assembly using the 2 supplied screws. I have found it to be easiest to get the top screw started, then proceed to the bottom one. Don't forget you can tilt the wheel upwards to get a better view of the bottom screw. This part may take some slight adjustments between the lever and the bracket to make sure that everything lines up. You should have about a 1/4 inch gap between the steering wheel and the lever once everything is fully tightened up. Route the lever wiring next to the steering column. Make sure when you're routing you do not stick it in any place that it could get pinched or creased as the steering column moves. In order to install the mid harness, you will have to remove the 9 plastic fasteners holding down the front floor covering. There is 2 plastic fasteners holding the floor panel on. Go ahead and remove those. Cut the zip tie holding the air duct on. Remove the 8 visible fasteners and the one that's under the seat on the back side. Remove the 2 10mm bolts that is holding on the fuse box. Remove the last fastener that is holding on the floor panel. Remove the two wires from the charger port. They may be slightly difficult to pull them loose. Grab the rear harness and mid harness and proceed to the back for installation. Depending on what model you have, you may have a 4-pin adapter or the 8-pin adapter that you see in this video. Go ahead and install the T adapter to the factory harness. Both sides will clip right in. Go ahead and plug the mid harness into the third adapter plug on the T harness. If you have the crew model, you'll have a 2-piece mid harness. If you have a single cab, you'll have just a single mid harness. Route the mid harness alongside the factory wiring, which will end up right above the gas tank. Continue routing the mid harness all the way up to the front. Starting from the middle, you just want to slide the connector just past so that you can slide it all the way to the left. Once you're on the other side, you're going to want to pull that connector between the firewall and the metal frame. Using the 3 supplied specialty zip ties, loosely secure the mid harness to the frame. Do not fully tighten down the zip ties at this time. Continue to route the mid harness up the frame and over the duct. To make the wiring look cleaner under the hood, we went ahead and removed the radiator reservoir. Once it is unbolted, we slid the wire right behind the reservoir and tucked it in at the bottom. While pulling the mid harness to the left, you want to lift up on the reservoir so that you can get the mid harness past the lower mounting tab. Reinstall the coolant reservoir. Route the mid harness under the dashboard and go ahead and pull it over to the gauge cluster. Remove the two plastic fasteners holding on the dash trim panel. Remove one of the switch cutout panels for the horn switch. Route the horn switch wiring either to the left of the steering column or to the right. In this video we ran it to the right. Make sure you do not get the wires tucked behind the gear selector lever, as there is moving parts behind the dash. Pull the horn harness through the switch panel and install the switch. Reinstall the switch panel using the two plastic fasteners you removed earlier. Connect the 3-pin mid harness to the 3-pin connector on the lever assembly. Connect the gray connector from the front harness to the lever assembly. Press the release tab to remove the connector from the gauge cluster. Using a pry tool, go ahead and spread the back half of the connector. On each side of the transparent pin keeper is a release tab. Use one hand to apply pressure to remove, while the other hand uses the pry tool. Once both sides is free, the pin keeper can be removed from the connector. Remove the two blue pin keepers from slot number 6 and 7. The yellow wire goes into cavity number 7. The green wire goes in cavity number 6. Make sure all the pins are even and reinstall the translucent pin cover. Reinstall the connector on the gauge cluster. Install the two plastic fasteners to secure down the gauge cluster assembly. plug the turn signal kit into the pulse bar power supply. At this time, go ahead and fully test out the kit and make sure everything is working properly. Turn it on left turn and make sure all the lights come on left turn. Put it on right turn and make sure everything comes on as right turn. This concludes the installation of the turn signal kit. The last few things to do is to put everything back together and you'll be fully completed. Go back and fully tighten up all the zip ties. The next part of this video will show you how to install the optional license plate assembly. Remove the tailgate to install the license plate frame assembly. The mounting location of the frame assembly may vary depending on which model of the Ranger you have. Make sure that it clears the exhaust and tire when you tilt the bed down. Reinstall the tailgate. Make sure to hold the tailgate at a slight degree angle, slide on the right side, then proceed to slide on the left side. connect the two wires back to the charger port. Orange wire goes in the middle, brown wire goes on the outside.
Sometimes we're not ourselves. There's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. Moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. Moving on. We're moving on.
The final part of the install is reinstalling the hood. If you haven't already, make sure to drop us a like, follow, and share, and don't forget to check out our other social media pages. Thank you for watching the video, and we'll catch you next time.